Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay, and welcome back to our Might and Magic VII completionist run. Got a few things to do in the Barrow Downs and the Stone City, but before all that I should tell you I have made the executive decision. I remember I told you we're choosing between whether to go to Erathia or Bracada. Now, Bracada is where we would need to go for the main quest, just to remind you something. Yeah, okay. We have to rescue the dwarves from the red mines and from the red dwarf mines. And those mines are in Bracada, so that's where the main quest is pointing us. But I'm actually going to go to Erathia for a couple of reasons. First one being, I really want to get Expert Disarm Trap, because I don't want to keep leaving chests unopened. And I'll actually have something to say on the issue about, don't want to go to Bracada. I'll have something more to say on the issue about chests and loot. Before that, let me just take down some of these people, because one of the things we need to do is situated in this part of the map. And yes, there is a river or whatever this sort of a water arrangement is called. As you can see, I'm not great at geography, but despite the fact that there's water separating these two landmasses, I found a, narrow place and just walked across, rather than having to jump across and potentially take damage. Gogs just need to go away. Alright. So, something I need to say on the issue about loot. Now, I am doing a completionist run, and in my version of completionism, I am including... So none of these people have any quests or training to offer, just some flavor dialogue. We'll get fire resistance, why not? So on the issue about loot in this game, I've been killing all of the enemies. Well, I've been keeping it as an objective to kill all of the enemies, and I'm only declaring places clear once all of the enemies are dead. But I'm not necessarily opening all of the chests. I am trying to find secret areas that often have chests in them, but then when I find those secret areas, I am then often leaving those chests unopened. The main reason for that is the fact that we're not able to open them without setting off traps. I just do not want to have to deal with the hassle of having to go through an entire round of healing or resting every time I open a piece of loot. I'll have more to say. There is a part 2 to the statement about loot, but before I get to that, I need to go up here, because I need to interact with this strange object. I know it looks like maybe it's something should happen when you walk through it, but no, it's just something that you click on. And when you click on it, you get 10 might and 10 endurance, which is a lovely little bonus to get. Alright, so back to what I was talking about, which is my philosophy on how loot figures into completionism. So, I don't believe that you need to physically open every chest and, touch every item for it to count. My main... What I've evolved towards, especially, playing games like Morrowind, where you, even if you wanted to, there's no way for you to physically pick up every single thing that you possibly could pick up. Like every single object in the game that could potentially be picked up. Like every you know, random piece of silverware on the tables in people's houses. So it clearly becomes clear that that can't be a reasonable objective, like having to go in and opening every chest and picking everything up. So instead, my philosophy is that the important thing is whether you made a decision on whether or not to open that chest, whether or not to pick up that item. That you gained full control of the area by killing all the enemies. You could have opened the chest if you wanted to. Like, we could open these chests and take a bunch of damage and then rest again. But my decision is that the annoyance of that outweighs any possible loot that they could offer us. So I'm looking at all this potential loot and I'm turning it down, knowing that maybe one of those chests may have had something awesome like an item of the dragon. I am rejecting that, but the fact that I am rejecting that means that I made the decision, and therefore that is what counts, and not whether I actually opened the chest and picked it up. The reason killing the enemies is important is because that to me is part of the taking control of an area, because it doesn't make sense for you to say, oh, I decided not to open a chest in a place that had high level monsters that would kill you, so you would never get to that chest in the first place. So that's why killing monsters is part of my completionism. But the loot itself, like actually taking it, not an objective, but being in a position to decide whether to take it or not, that is the main thing for me. And the Stone City because we've got a few things to do. There are a few... Oh my god, this again? Oh god. People in our way. Thane's house. We've got a couple of trainers here that I want to talk to before we go onwards. I think this is the throne room. Yep. I'm mainly looking for the training hall. Oh my god. Yeah, if I was designing this place, if you're gonna have people walking around, I would have made these tunnels a lot wider. Somewhere here there should be a training academy. Like, I looked up everything else beforehand, which is that it? No, I think that's oh my god. You guys need to just respect our personal space. Okay. Every couple of steps I walk, I am getting stuck. And it's really frustrating. Okay. The War College is where we need to go because...
We'll have to come back another time.
I guess we'll have to come back another time. You know what? Let's rest.
No pain, no gain.
And let's get some training.
Good job. Good job.
Let's train as high as we can go.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Okay. Now we've got a whole bunch of skill points. And, what do I want? I want to put 4 points into repair. I want to put 4 points into plate. I don't care about leather. Sure, let's put 4 points into bow, 4 points into axe. And now all of your skills are ready to go to the master level or no, to the expert level, and then we can start picking a skill that we want to take to the master level. And I think the first one has to be sword, because then we can finally start dual wielding. So that is my plan for you. For you now, disarm trap is already there. Leather, you're already an expert. I think we'll raise your bow skill to the expert level. Stealing, I don't really care about. It'll be the last thing I do for purely role-playing purposes. I think the time has come for you to start going. I know we're not even expert dagger yet, but we'll start going towards that. For you, I think raise your body magic, just so that when you do heal someone, it's a bit more effective. Raise your merchant. We'll get it early on. That way, over time, we'll get a bigger benefit from that. And then, I guess, we can start raising your mace skill. And for you, you don't even have all of your elemental schools. Bow, you can't even become expert, so well, like, what point is there? More attack rating isn't going to help us that much, but what we can do is we can make you ready to become a master or expert, and eventually master and staff. And after that, we'll just start raising your identify item. Just because I like knowing what items are without the hassle of... oh my god. Oh my god. I will be glad when I never have to come to this place ever again. Like, it's hard to describe just how annoying it is. But it really is quite annoying. Alright, now we've gotten our training. Next on the agenda... Did make a note of where we need to go. So... Oh my god. Out of my way. Okay, this is really awful. This is almost unbearable. Okay. So we can finally become merchant expert, and I think someone here has something for us. Earth magic, which you don't even know. Okay, that didn't help us, but there are two more trainers. Along this part of the map. I think one of them is in here. Gizmos, repair item expert. And oh my god. Someone here, right? And of course Spark, who we completed a quest for, but we'll talk to you. Critius Burn Kindle, interesting name, but become an expert in plate. And what does the expert do for us? It halves the recovery penalty. Is that good enough to start using Yoruba? You know what? Yeah, let's start using Yoruba, because, yeah, we'll take a bit of a recovery speed hit, but we've made up a bit of that by virtue of being expert. But the immunity to all this other stuff, I think, is gonna be worth it. Plus, it just looks so cool, like, doesn't it? I just realized, aside from you, nobody's even wearing a helm of any kind. So that's... I mean, not that the lack of helms was really holding us back, but that's something to consider if we come across a good helm in our travels. Right now, we need to go back to the Harmondale map, because from there we will be able to transition to the Erathia map. Oh, one thing I want to do while I'm here is I wanted to... I know I said that I was going to leave it until we get the quest, but like there's really no harm not just doing it now. I want to get the chest with the golem part in it, just so that we're carrying it on us. And I think that was this one. Now with 4 points and a bonus of +5. This was our save from last time, so I'll save here. I think we may have already opened this one. So, oh, was it on this? Was it on this island? Down here, maybe? Yeah, I think this was the one. Not island, but this land mass. Because this probably isn't an island, it probably just extends further on into the continent. Alright, so let's see. Saving the game.
Ah, what a scratch.
But I need it fixed.
And you can see our disarm trap was not good enough, so we found the torso of a golem. That is good to know. And now I'm going to start walking over back to the north of the map so we can transition to Harmondale. And while we're walking, I'll talk about one other thing relating to the last episode. So at the end of the last episode, I made a comment about how it was a tedious episode, you know, going through all of the different barrows. And I said, you know, tedium is just part of the game. I just wanted to say a bit more about that. Specifically that, you know, unlike the criticism I made about, for instance, the chest over here that transported us to the middle of the Gogs, I don't think the system of barrows was bad game design. I think it was just fine. What made it tedious was my extra objective of I need to go to every single one of these barrows and then clear all of them. And nobody's forcing me to do that. In fact, the game probably isn't meant to be played that way. You're probably meant to play it... how do I get down? Oh. I know I could just jump down, but I think it's better to know where the legit path is so that I know how to get back up. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Like, if I'm, you know, pursuing extra objectives beyond, you know, the scope of what the game designers would have initially thought that your average player would do, and if in pursuing those extra objectives it turns out to be a little bit tedious, then that's not something to blame the game for. That's just me feeling the consequences of, you know, my own style of playing, which I think is fine. But yeah, I just wanted to make that distinction, that I wasn't trying to suggest that those barrows were badly designed. Like, it's... I know it took an hour, but, like, it's nothing, for instance, like Castle Darkmoor from Might and Magic VI. Now, that was just awful, awful game design. Because you see, in the barrows, we had a couple quests to do, and if all I was focused on was those quests, I would have been in and out in 10 minutes. It only took an hour because I was trying to clear it. But Castle Darkmoor, and this is part of the main quest, even if all you wanted to do, we're getting the axe expertise, even though we're not using an axe right now. I guess we could use an axe, but I want to use this sword for now. But yeah, back to what I was saying, like Castle Darkmoor in Might and Magic VI, even if all you wanted to do was get the quest item and leave, and you're required to do that for the main quest, you would still have to go through the entire thing and deal with all of those obnoxious enemies, and there's no way around it. And fun fact, throughout my entire Might and Magic VI series, the only time I ever swore during a recording was in Castle Darkmoor. So yeah, this game, thankfully, doesn't have anything like that. And even the barrows, which are probably going to be the most tedious thing in the whole game, nowhere near Castle Darkmoor. Now, I've walked all the way up here because I wanted to see the sign, and sadly, it's not very descriptive, is it? We're told... Yeah, of course I know this is the east, because I can read the map. But I walked all the way up here because I was gonna see if maybe we could go to Erathia via the stables, because I don't think we've done too much traveling that way so far. Oh, here's the let's save here now. The door for the JVC Corral. Oh, and it's taking us to the Tolarian Forest. So, before I just walk randomly to one side of the map, I want to make sure which side of the map will take me to Erathia. Alright, let's be a bit methodical about that. I'm sorry, if this was Might and Magic VI, I would just know intuitively. If this was Might and Magic VIII, I would know intuitively. But Might and Magic VII, I don't know that well. And it seems nobody knows this game that well, because even the walkthroughs, as I've mentioned on multiple occasions, aren't as detailed for this game as they are for the others. So yeah, we need to go west. Going west will take us into Erathia, and how do we get to the west? Ooh, I just realized we've got a quest to turn in, don't we? So the Lantern of Light was Taran Withern. Where is... that's Wither Smythe? Smythe? That's Temper, who we did the other quest for. I'm just gonna once again look this up on the old walkthrough. This is, of course, a game from the old days, before games had fancy things like arrows showing you where the quest giver was. So we need to go to the temple, is the gist of it. Unfortunately, it's easy to pick out the temple.
Do you need medical attention?
Let's talk to Taran Withern, who does kind of look like he needs medical attention, if I'm being honest. Although maybe it's just, acne. Let's not call attention to it. Let's just trust that he knows what to do for his own health. And he thanks us. The Lantern's return will help them bolster their faith, continue their services, and
Take care.
gives us a bit of gold, and we are not ready to train to another level. But that's okay. We just need to find a way to bring ourselves onto the western edge of the map. And we should be pretty close. Ooh, but you know what? Let's live dangerously. I was gonna say, ooh, but we're gonna be low on food, and this is gonna take up all of our food. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. And it put us on this road. So I'm gonna cast that. I'm also gonna cast Bless, because we're gonna be walking around a little bit. And who knows what sort of nefarious creatures we might encounter along the way. Now, what do we have here? That is the city of Stedwick. That goes north to Deja, where the necromancers dwell. And city seems like a good place to be going. And what's up here? What's up here? Oh, is this just like a nice little visual touch? Oh no, it's a fort. It looks like it doesn't look like visitors are welcome. You know what? Let's leave the fort alone for now. I don't want to get too sidetracked. I mainly want to get to the city, play a game of Archimage, find the tavern, buy some food, play a game of Archimage, and then maybe I've just walked around a bunch of times. How do I get down? How did I get up? Oh, I guess I just walked right past this thing. And now I've been completely turned around again. Alright, let's focus. Let's get our head back in the game. Let's go towards the city. Doesn't look like we've run into any combat so far, and already we can see friendlies on the map. So, what's that? Ooh, those are also friendly. I think those Royal Griffins, yeah, they're on our side. From Might and Magic VI, I still have the, you know, the instinctive reaction whenever I see anything that isn't a villager, that, oh, I'm gonna have to fight this thing. But no, in this game, you actually do have creatures, like non-human things, that are on your side, which is very cool. And you have that in Might and Magic VIII as well. It's just a really cool touch. And we've found the stables, which weren't really on our list of things to find, but it's nice to have another couple horseshoes. All I want now is, you know what, maybe these signs will help us out. I don't want to immediately start looking up walkthroughs, you know, first thing. I need to start trying to rely on my own intuition a little bit. Although if it does take a really long time, I will, of course, have to, because I am here we go. I am recording after all, but fortunately, we didn't have to wait that long. And you know what? Let's save here. Why not?
Come in, come in.
Let's fill our packs, and let's save again. And let's play another game of Archimage. And let's see what the victory conditions are. Start with a tower of 20, wall of 5. A tower of 50. Okay, so this could be a quick game, or resources to 150. Alright, let's see. Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna wait until they do some damage to our wall so we can get some bonus out of this, but that's a risk, because if they do too much damage, then it's damage to our tower as well. So let's do that. Start up the bonus to our tower. Let's get more of this. Okay. Oh no, that's not good. Okay. Don't want him or our opponent getting an advantage on gems, because that's going to be the main way to grow your tower. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Uh-oh. This is a pretty tense game. Now we have the advantage on gems, then there's not much we can do. I guess we'll do this. Oof. Not great options. What I'll do is I'll discard this card. Discard this card. Interesting phrase to say. Now I'll play... We're dead even in terms of tower. Maybe I should start trying to damage him. But... yeah, I'll do this. I'll even do this. Now we're... oh no, I was gonna say now we're at a bit of an advantage, but no. Right, I'm gonna start trying to damage him. Oh my god. Okay. I'll do this. Oh, that's good. This I'm gonna discard. And oh, okay. I'll do this, hoping that he doesn't get a super tower bonus, but we were able to win, but that was a really, really close game. We are still undefeated at Arkham Edge. I'm just gonna organize things a little bit. Still holding on to that angel statue. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. A bit of a shorter one, but this was mainly just about transitioning from where we were, which was in the Barrow Downs, to another area, and getting a few chores done along the way. And from here, in the next videos, we will establish our foothold in Erathia and start doing some quests here, and we'll explore the map a little bit, see what other dungeons and locations there are. But that's all gonna be for the next episode, and it's time to draw this one to a close. So I thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you'll join me for the next one, and why not save with this lovely view of the ships and the sea. So I hope you'll join me in the next episode, and until then, take care.